Hey, it's Celia on the record with Hermanos Gutiérrez with their new record out June 14th. And they played songs from it here in our Sonic Cathedral. Welcome, guys.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
I'm not used to having props, but I don't mind because it's a beautiful record. Loved hearing these songs in our space. I know that, especially with the translation of this record, Cosmic Sound, it was intentional to come off the earth, and I think one of you said, now we're flying. What about this record feels cosmic, and how did you get there sonically? How did you get to the cosmic sound?
I mean, we truly believe that our music is born or was born in the desert, and it's like our favorite place. And the moment Dan Auerbach called us again, and he was like, we should talk about album number 2, we were thinking about the whole vision, the whole concept of the new album. And so we were checking out new ideas. And all of a sudden, I remember the moment that it felt like we were taking the spirit de los Hermanos and we were lifting it up to the space, to the universe. And then we came up with that new sound, that cosmic sound. And so we chose Sonido Cósmico for that album.
Wait, what was the moment? You said a specific moment. Was it when you were playing together? It felt like it took flight?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in our basement, in our studio room, that we came up with an idea. And I think what was special about this record is not having limitations of or feeling restricted in the way we want to approach this record. So that's for me my interpretation of cosmic, like no limits, there's space, there's room, and just be brave enough to try out new things. And I think having Dan Auerbach as a producer has always been so helpful. So I think it's a good match, and yeah, happy to be here.
Do you think that over the years now, deepening your relationship with Dan and just sort of this understanding you have, I know you joked he's your third brother at this point, did that help you take risks because there's so much trust there?
Yes, exactly. I think that was a big part of it because we knew what we're going to expect. Like coming to Nashville, it's not going to be a new thing again. Like we know what's going to happen in the studio. He knows how we're working as brothers, the dynamic. And he's always been so respectful, so are we. And I think we all just wanted to do another beautiful record, an honest record, not trying to find for a concept, which is just like, yeah, it really felt natural to come up with this Sonido Cósmico record.
Can you think of a specific song as an example of how maybe you two brought ideas to the table and then folded it together? I'm so curious when I see you perform, just of course this brotherly synchronicity, but as far as composing songs and deciding whose parts are what, can you use an example on this record of how a song came together?
Yeah, I mean, I remember Sonido Cósmico, the title track. My brother was inspired by watching Dune, the movie. And I also watched that movie in the same time, but we didn't know that we were watching that movie together, like in the same time. And so I remember when he showed me this one idea and he was like, hey, this is like something new, but you have to add the thing that you feel for the song. And so I tried to play a melody over it, and then, yeah, we have these magic moments when you feel that the music, like our two guitars are like, how do you say it? Like getting together, how is it?
Merging or
yes,
married?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and that was like, we have these moments and they're so beautiful and powerful, and that was definitely one special moment that we had.
And both inspired by that film though, which is funny.
Yeah.
That you didn't talk about it really. You just both had the...
As far as I can remember, I think I told you to watch it in the airplane, right?
But I also heard from that movie, and I wanted to.
I'm not giving myself all the credits, but I think I was a little bit of an inspiration.
Yeah. Okay, in terms of the risk-taking, which folks can hear, maybe differences on this record than your former record, what happened in studio that took your compositions together on guitar to a next level that you felt like was a little risky and a little different?
Yeah. I mean, we told Dan from the beginning that we want to hear him like coming up more with his thoughts. I think on the first record, he was way more waiting on us to ask him, like, what do you hear? But this time, he was very like, let's try this. And we just have the same vision, I think. So at the same time, it felt risky, but also very liberating. Like adding drums was such a cool part on Low Sun. I mean, we had the basic melody, and then Jeffrey, who's a music session player from Nashville, he showed up, and he was just so on point, and it just felt right. So it was not about like thinking, okay, is this right or wrong? No, it just feels right. It just feels good. And I think that was the approach of the whole record. It's not about, oh no, it's bad, or it just felt beautiful, like all the layers that we added.
Not like we don't do drums here in this band. It was a welcomed addition.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, and I'm saying this selfishly, based in Nashville, do you feel like some of the Nashville has crept in, working with Dan or otherwise, all these players in town? You've spent a lot of time here now in the last few years, touring and recording.
I mean, Nashville feels a bit like hometown, especially with the studio. And yeah, I mean, we're so grateful to be able to work with these amazing musicians. Another great musician that is part of that album is Tom Bukovac. And he's an incredible guitar player, and he added some melodies over Sonido Cósmico or Los Navegantes on Low Sun, and watching him in the studio, like trying to give his best ideas for our work, is so inspiring. Also, big respect for all the studio musicians that we had on this album.
You used the word grateful, and it struck me that anytime I've ever heard you perform and speak on stage or interviewed you, you say how grateful you are to be able to play together. Like that's what you lead with, as being blood brothers and getting to do this now as a job.
Yeah.
Do you remember a time where that felt like, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is actually what we get to do for life?
Yeah, I'm still realizing it. Sometimes when I wake up, it's happening, and I think it's incredible. And I feel so blessed to have my brother sharing the stage with me. It's like so beautiful. I don't think we ever imagined coming so far with the music. It was never our intention, but somehow we're able to connect with the people, and it means something to them. So what else could we wish for? It's just incredible journey so far, and yeah, super grateful.
I was thinking about how, as instrumental musicians, sometimes it's hard to label what that is. And then last year you were nominated for Record of the Year for an Americana Award, right? Not even music of America, so to speak, but all the labels that we could put on it. I mean, it's ultimately moving music. And how do you feel that? How can you register that in fans, since it's not like you have words that you're singing along to when you're at a show? How do you connect with the audience when you're playing, whether it's a small room or a big festival like you've just done recently?
I mean, we have melodies and we have lyrics, but it's not spoken. It's like the things that we play, his melodies on the lap steel, they are like lyrics, and it's like for everyone, it's like their own journey with our music. I think the listener, whenever they come to the concert, they have this inner journey, which is kind of an experience. And so, yeah, I mean, it's incredible to... Sometimes after the concerts, we talk to the fans, and the feedback is amazing. How they always tell us, like, I felt so many things, and we have big guys coming. Hey, I had to cry. It was the first time that I was crying on a concert, and so every time we have like these moments, it's it's very unique, and we're so grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're creating that space for people to interpret the emotions as they want to. I love that, the melody lines as lyrics. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the record, since it's new, and I'm sure some of these songs are not brand new to you. You've been playing them and working on them for a long time, but new to new ears. How are you feeling about this record overall? Any specifics you'd like to share?
I mean, one thing I want to mention is that it was super hard to come up with the artwork for this record. I remember we were really working on it with Perry. He's from the label too, and we're so happy how it turned out. So that was a big relief when we sent it in, and looking at it, it's a cool feeling.
You're right. It's objectively cool. Well, thank you for being here and sharing these songs. I know you've been on tour in the States. Eventually, you're heading back abroad, and just kind of nonstop this year performing these songs and other songs. But I wish you well on the road. Thank you for making Nashville a stop always.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.